The historic Kedarnath Temple sits at the very edge of a vast, unforgiving wilderness of shifting ice and stone. This is the Kedarnath Wildlife Sanctuary, 975 square kilometers of high-altitude terrain, making it the largest protected area in the western Himalayas. While the area hosts hundreds of thousands of pilgrims annually, the sanctuary's primary legal purpose is to protect cryptic, endangered species that live far from the main trails. Many visitors struggle here because they prepare for a religious visit but find themselves in an environment that requires specialized wilderness training. Optimizing your trip means choosing a specific path: pilgrimage, trekking, or ecology. Because each requires different gear and seasons, attempting all three at once creates extreme logistical conflict. The sanctuary starts at 1,160 meters and climbs vertically to the 7,068-meter peak of Chaukhamba. Below 2,000 meters, you are in a subtropical band. The monsoon rains here are heavy, supporting dense oak and rhododendron forests. The temperate zone begins at 2,000 meters, where the air cools and the forests shift to coniferous species like deodar cedar and pine. Above 3,000 meters, the trees disappear. This alpine zone is a landscape of shrubs and meadows, often covered in snow. This steep gradient creates physical friction, from the risk of landslides in the lower valleys to the physical strain of thinning air as you climb. To enjoy the sanctuary, you have to match your own physical fitness to the specific topographical zone you plan to enter. The spiritual yatri focuses on the Kedarnath Temple, or the surrounding Panch Kedar sites. This path usually involves traveling in May or June and completing the 16-kilometer climb from Gaurikund. The outcome is direct access to an 8th century Jyotirlinga and a profound connection to the region's religious history. However, you must be prepared for the crowd density. On peak days, the trail becomes an unbroken line of travelers and transport animals. With this level of human traffic, your chances of seeing the sanctuary's rare mammals are non-existent. For the pilgrim, the trade-off is accepting high congestion in exchange for a guaranteed spiritual milestone. The adventure trekker targets the more remote high-altitude routes, such as the trek to Rudnanath or Vasuki Tal. This path has high bureaucratic requirements. You must register as a lead trekker through the sanctuary's online portal or at the forest checkpoint. The physical demands are significant, with trails that push your body to elevations of 4,135 meters. At these heights, acute mountain sickness is a constant threat. You have to include acclimation days to let your body adjust to the drop in oxygen. The reward for this effort is access to the high-altitude meadows, or bujals, which offer clear views of the glaciers and surrounding peaks. But the timing is critical. Trekking during the peak monsoon months carries a high risk of being cut off by landslides. For the trekker, the trade-off is accepting high administrative friction and physical risk for access to the quietest parts of the alpine landscape. The Wildlife Optimizer comes specifically for rare species like the Himalayan tahr or Kashmir musk deer. This requires moving away from temple routes, traveling in the quieter shoulder seasons, and hiring a guide to enter the middle altitude zones. Success is a matter of statistics. Researchers have recorded the highest density of Himalayan tahr around Tungnath, where the encounter rate is 0.208 groups per kilometer. The most significant finding in recent years is the validation of the Kashmir musk deer. Previously, its presence in this part of Uttarakhand was not scientifically confirmed. This is a Bayesian census tree based on mitochondrial DNA analysis. The shaded clade shows Kedarnath samples are a genetic match for the endangered Kashmir musk deer. This map illustrates their range, confirming this region is critical habitat for distinct lineages. These animals are solitary and elusive. Seeing them requires extreme patience, trail silence, and specialized knowledge. For the wildlife observer, the trade-off is spending long days in the freezing cold for a payoff that is scientifically significant, but statistically rare. Because of its diverse geography, the sanctuary cannot be treated as a general-purpose vacation destination. If you are looking for a relaxed trip with comfortable, drive-up infrastructure, you should choose a different location. To plan a successful visit, you must map your itinerary based on your primary goal. For devotion, plan for May or June. Follow the Gaurikund route and book your helicopter transport 3 months in advance to avoid trail congestion. For adventure, travel in September or October. Complete your registration online and start from Sagar village to reach the Rudnath Meadows. For wildlife, focus on the middle altitudes around Tungnath with a local guide and prepare for sub-zero temperatures. Ensuring your goals match the logistical reality of the sanctuary is the only way to get a return on your physical and financial investment. Regardless of your path, you are entering a landscape that is both powerful and vulnerable. These are the results of the 2013 floods. The massive boulders and destroyed infrastructure demonstrate how quickly extreme weather can reshape the sanctuary. This sanctuary protects rare genetic lineages, such as the elusive Kashmir musk deer, within a specialized high-altitude habitat. The logistical difficulty of traveling here serves as a natural defense for the environment, limiting the human impact on its most sensitive zones. Whether you arrive as a pilgrim, a trekker, or a wildlife observer, your time in this environment is a privilege that requires responsible stewardship.